What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now we're going to shift gears again today from the rumor mill and talking about canceled projects to actually what's coming up at Marvel Studios. And according to one industry insider in Daniel Richtman, there are actually now 5 live action projects in the works at Marvel Studios. And because of updates and confirmations from the top brass at Marvel Studios themselves, we actually know at least 3 out of 5 of these confirmed and can take a pretty good guess at the next 2. We're talking about the latest update that there are indeed 5 live action projects in the works at Marvel Studios. But first, if you could, quick reminder, we do daily Marvel content at the channel. That's all we do. So if you want to stay up to date with all that stuff, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That automatically enters you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is the finale of Agatha All Along, which starts up in just a couple of weeks. Again, all you got to do be a sub, leave a comment if you want. Stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so there is one small change at Marvel Studios when it comes to projects in pre-development, especially for TV. Under their new labeling with Marvel Television, they've gone back to the old school style of running out pilots and doing TV shows the way they've done them in the industry for years. That being said, if something is in pre-development, it may even get to a pilot episode being shot and aired by the studio internally and then shot down, rather not made. That's how TV goes. So just because they're in development at this moment doesn't mean they'll necessarily be made. But for certain projects where the IP is of utmost priority for Marvel, or the character is something that, well, they know that they can make money on, you have to imagine some of these are going to get made. It just may take longer than others. See Blade. Now, according to the last official update from Daniel Richtman via his Patreon, you guys can follow him over on Twitter for free at RPK News. He indicates that, quote, as for Marvel, they have at least 5 action series in development. Now, with an asterisk by them, because I'm not going to count them as in development, that's the Vision live action series we're still calling Vision Quest and Wonder Man because it hasn't been announced, but it's already finished filming. We have a really good idea what at least 3 out of 5 of these live action series are. The first one is Nova, which has been openly talked about by Marvel Studios Vice President Brad Winderbaum in his most recent interview over on the Phase Zero podcast with my buddy Brandon Davis. He admitted that they're developing it now, and even Kevin Feige admitted the same and just said that it was some years off. And of course, this was specifically the project I just referenced about maybe being too much of an important IP for them not to get this wrong and just cancel it after the pilot. So you may imagine while they spend years in pre-development, that's because they're absolutely going to run this title out. The second one has been prominent in the rumor mill, at least it was a couple of months ago when it was revealed that Scarlett Johansson's secret project at Marvel Studios wasn't a Nomad TV show, but instead a Blonde Phantom live action adaptation for Disney+. This is a retro character, and with some rumors even attaching the likes of Taylor Swift to the lead as well as other key actresses. It seems like this may have been in development and for quite some time, but just now starting to get traction, although it hasn't been confirmed by Marvel Studios. Now, the third project that is semi-confirmed, and this also coming from the same industry insider Daniel Richtman, we covered real recently, where outside of Eyes of Wakanda, which is the next up Wakanda series that's animated for Disney Plus and has a rumored budget of $20 million for just 4 episodes, there is also a live action Wakanda series in the works as well. And if you missed our coverage, I'll try to leave a link to it down in the description. Daniel Richtman broke this story about 2 weeks ago, and it would be the 3rd out of 5th projects. And we know this because Ryan Coogler signed a massive deal with Disney Media in order for him to produce and or direct multiple projects, especially at Disney Plus. These projects are just that contract finally bearing fruit. And what I would definitely say is, while I do expect that live action Wakanda series to have a lot of impact on the current timeline, because we know the Eyes of Wakanda animated series is set in the past, I don't expect that to be the return of T'Challa, marking the return of his character Black Panther to the MCU. That's definitely why they introduced T'Challa's son at the end of Wakanda Forever, but they're saving that return, I believe, for Black Panther 3 coming up in the next saga, and unfortunately after the Multiverse saga concludes with Avengers Secret Wars. Now, we do have one other official Marvel Studios confirmation for pre-development at Disney Plus to round out the last 4 and 5 out of these 5, but that says it's going to be a special presentation, a feature-length presentation, and special like they did for Werewolf by Night. There are 2 characters that have been rumored to be getting their own special at Disney Plus, the first of which would be Man-Thing as a spin-off of Werewolf by Night, and that was rumored by Daniel RPK some 6 months ago. The other one that's persisted over the last year, or maybe even longer than that, this coming from multiple sources, was a Silver Surfer feature-length presentation where I was hoping they would actually just do a short story to examine the origin of Norrin Radd. Now, I want to put an asterisk by this Silver Surfer special presentation, even though it's what I would basically dream of. That's what I want to see, only because it sounds like in the upcoming Fantastic Four, they're going to explore multiple heralds and origins for those heralds, and outside of Norrin Radd, we know we're getting different versions of Silver Surfer. I don't want that argument in the comments. Guys, at this point, they're introducing so many key characters. I do not care that we're not getting Norrin Radd Silver Surfer. I believe we are going to get him involved in the Multiverse Saga, and they'll introduce him in the 616 because that's some other universe. So different variants of Silver Surfer in a different timeline doesn't bother me at all, but I don't know if Marvel would immediately turn around after the Fantastic Four film and then do a Silver Surfer. It just seems like they'd be doubling up on that. And as far as a presentation, I think we don't need that introduction outside of what might happen in the two Avengers films. So not holding my breath for either of those characters, actually, Man-Thing or Silver Surfer. I think the possibilities are sort of endless, but we have a couple of clues. For instance, we know that them bringing back Jon Bernthal to be a part of the Daredevil series might lead into his own Punisher series. So one of these live action projects could easily be the Punisher reboot at Disney+. Another character that I think is real likely in the mix to get his own special presentation and or live action series could also be something like Ghost Rider as they lead into the Midnight Suns. And again, with Bob Iger's directive for really to have these projects serve a bigger purpose and not maybe delve into some of the tertiary characters and just to have a project for project's sake, I think there's a good chance new characters that lead to bigger teams is what we might see. That being said, there are two live action projects that may be headed for their second season. The first in Miss Marvel, the second we just reported on in Moon Knight Season 2. And I could easily see either or both of these taking the 4th and the 5th spot at Marvel Studios for the live action series. That's especially if, when Daniel RPK was implying, these are live action series with multiple episodes and not special presentations. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below. If you were in charge of the slate, which of these characters and or series would you pick and go forward with? I'm all ears as always. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Okay, we are still giving away PlayStation 5s. The next one will be the finale of Agatha All Along. All you got to do to be entered to win or for any other future giveaways here at the channel, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will always be announced live with my voice in the winning comment shown on screen, so please be safe and vigilant on any platform, including YouTube. If you should get a spam comment, just report it directly to YouTube. They're really good about deleting it fast. The best way to keep up with the content here at the channel has always been to hit that notification bell with all notifications turned on, and as always, if you liked today's video, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places. Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, under the name Allfires. And while I would sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.